Thanks a lot for being here. What they said. My staff, they talked about how we would do this, and they decided we should put the lousiest speaker first and the best one last. And so here I am. I made Sam come up and do the prayer so I could tell him later he was the first speaker. You know, it's amazing we're all here because we've already been saved, right? We had an election. Kamala Harris had to go home. Donald Trump headed to D.C. Problem is, the fight's never over, and that's our problem. People have quit buying guns as much as they were because we're saved. They don't need them. Looked like, remember when Barack Obama was president, we couldn't buy guns fast enough because we thought we were going to lose the ability to buy guns. Now, under Donald Trump, people feel much safer. And in his first term, it was called the Trump slump when gun sales went down. Donations went down. We're in the same boat now. Our donations are down. We have plenty of volunteers who are willing to work. But generally speaking, we're not raising near the money we were before Donald Trump was elected. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to give pretty much the same talk, but I'm going to also show a clip of every time Kamala Harris, before the world, told us she was going to take our guns away. But it was okay because she was going to pay you for it. So, you know, it's a win-win, right? When she literally first started saying that, she was called on it, and she doubled down. She said she was going to go into people's homes to make sure that their guns were going to be safe, and in the homes, they're going to make sure you handle your guns properly. If that doesn't cause us to continue the fight, I don't know what does.
Sending gun grabbers into therapy. So it's been a really good year. But I want to hit just some of the high points that have been occurring recently. Because once those big, beautiful firearms start rolling out tonight, just remember that every bid is a blow against tyranny, and every winning bid, you know, it just makes ATF a little bit more nervous. So I'll start with that. You know, we do have I see a lot of alcohol here, and we also have a lot of guns. Quite frankly, we're 2/3 of the way to having our own ATF. I mean, that's really the way it should be, right? Absolutely. So speaking of the ATF, we'll start there. Last year we worked with, our federal team worked with Congress to cut the ATF by $122 million. Now, we obviously favor abolishing the entire agency, but that $122 million was the most historic cut for that agency which had ever occurred. So that was very significant. And with that, it resulted in the cancellation of an entire new class of agents that were otherwise going to be coming on. So that was great news. You know, it was awesome after that cut, hearing anti-gun Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois whining about the fact that the GOA-supported cuts would prevent the ATF from enforcing gun control. But I was like, yes, that's the whole point.
Trying to dismantle our rights. Governors of America takes its marching orders from the Constitution, and specifically the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia is necessary for the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That makes our mission clear. If it's an infringement, it's unconstitutional. Simple, yes. Easy, not the hard way. We face a constant barrage of challenges, not just from the usual suspects on the left, but also from so-called allies who are all too comfortable with just a little infringement. You've seen it, we've seen it, we call it out. And by infringement, the 1934 National Firearms Act, that's an infringement. 1968 Gun Control Act, these are things you've grown up That's an infringement. 1993 Brady Act, infringement. Gun-free school zones, infringement. 1986 use amendment, banning machine guns, infringement. These are all infringements. And we get little bites and big bites taken out of our freedoms. Now, we've also had some wins. Now, more than half the country enjoys constitutional carry. That's a great win. And we're gonna keep pushing that. But we have to look back over time. We're battling 100 years of gun control. We're doing it in the Congress, and in the courts, and in the elections.
So one day Senator Richardson was in the state Senate. He served there for 22 years. And there was a bill on the floor by a Republican senator from San Francisco. Senator Richardson voted no on this bill, and the bill died. So the senator from San Francisco, on the floor of the Senate, and please, Lord, forgive me for the words I'm about to say, he said, "Bill Richardson, you son of a bitch." Well, that kind of violated that code, didn't it? And there were consequences. Senator Richardson invited that senator back into the senator's lounge. He went back there, huffing and puffing, thinking he was so mad at Senator Richardson. And Senator Richardson said, "Take it back." He said, "No, you're a son of a bitch." So H.L. pow, right in the mouth, knocked him down on the couch, put his knee on his chest, and said, "Take it back." He took it back. The next day, the San Francisco Chronicle showed a photograph of Senator Milton Marks with a Band-Aid over his lip. Senate punches colleague on the floor of the Senate. Now, that was just one example, and that's good enough, but there are more. So a few years later, there was a scandal, believe it, a scandal in Sacramento, in the legislature, having to do with fireworks and a 24-hour buffet complete with available ladies of ill repute at the beck and call of members of the legislature who wanted to frequent this establishment. And one of the ladies of ill repute, when given a list of names of who had frequented the place, they were names like Smith, Jones, Richardson, and they said, "Yeah, we recognize those names." And this was the FBI who came in and did the investigation. Then they went and showed photographs to these women, and of course, when they came to Senator H.L. Richardson, they said, "No, we've never seen him. We don't know who he is." So the FBI exonerated Senator Richardson, and this colleague who knew he was exonerated called Senator Richardson a liar, that he was a man of dubious honor. So Senator Richardson rented a boxing hall in south of Sacramento, and invited the senator to come and meet him there. Now, mind you, Senator Richardson was not very tall, a little shorter than me, a little on the pudgy side, and his colleague was at least a head taller than him. And so he accepted the challenge, and he showed up. He's going to teach Senator Richardson a thing or two, that fat little pipsqueak. So they went into the ring, and of course they gave him these big Mickey Mouse boxing gloves, the big ones. Senator Richardson proceeded to knock him on his keister over and over and over again. The taller you are, the harder you'll fall, and he just kept knocking him over and over. And he said, "Stay down." And he would get up again, and boom. And finally, the senator relented. And Senator Richardson, he didn't make a big deal about it. He just fought for his honor and truth. So today, I have the honor of awarding the H.L. Richardson Award, the 2025 H.L. Richardson Award. And we're going to award this recognition to somebody who exhibits strength, honesty, truth, all of the things that embody what we are as a movement, the beliefs that we have. And I am honored to ask our friend Jared Yanis to come up here to accept this award.
Remember, I was the first divorce speaker.
Thank you all. Like, I did not expect, that's not why I do this, but thank you very much. I got three things I just want to say, because tonight is not about me, it's about GOA and the work they do on our behalf. The biggest thing is, they're doing this work on our behalf, but they can't do it without us. I often try to tell people that we, the membership, are the lifeblood of Gun Owners of America. And it sounds fickle, it sounds cliche, but they really can't do anything unless we help them along the way. So that's the first thing. Second thing, we can all donate to GOA, and it doesn't have to be huge amounts. If you skip one pizza this month, you can send $30 to GOA. If you do that every other month, you're sending a sizable donation to a group that's going to put that to the use to sue the government and stop what we're going through. So we always want somebody else to do it for us, but we're not there anymore. This country doesn't operate that way anymore. So it's on us to give the funds to those who have proven it to us over and over and over and over again that they're going to be good stewards with our money, that we worked hard for, and they're going to get the best results. So donate to them, please. And the last thing, gentlemen, we all have wives or women in our lives that tell us we have too many guns. However, tonight, you have an opportunity to get another gun or three, and at the same time support a group that is dying to support us on the next fight. So, without further ado, please turn to everybody here and thank them for the work they're doing. They can't do it without us, and my job is to just tell you what they're doing. So it's not about me, it's about them. So everybody, if you could, on your feet, give GOA a round of applause.
It is special in that it is the guardian of all the other rights. If the Second Amendment falls, it is just a matter of time before all the other rights go as well. It's the fail-safe of a dying republic. It is the guardian of the Second Amendment. And so, again, I'm telling you, our cause is a great one. It's activists like you that change the world. People really underestimate how huge of an effect a small group of people can really have. It's activists that change the world. Let me tell you what an activist is. An activist is someone who is passionate about a cause. You know, like just a simple example of like when somebody sees a high ticket price for a private dinner, I'm like, well, I can get dinner way cheaper down the street. But an activist will be like, no, the money goes to a good cause. And you slam dunk that because you understand the mission. You understand it costs something. You want skin in the game. You're an activist. You are passionate about your cause. You're going to bring it up. You're going to make Thanksgivings and Christmases awkward with that blue-haired anti-gunner that somehow you're related to. You're going to talk about gun stuff, and they're going to hate you for it. You're like, yeah, but I'm passionate about my cause. And you're not just passionate, but you're educated about that cause. The left is not educated on this. The Second Amendment says that there's not allowed to be any government infringements on your rights to bear arms. They're not allowed to make any laws. But you're educated knowing that, one, you're not allowed to make anti-Second Amendment laws, but secondarily, gun laws just don't work. Think about it. Criminals are people who don't follow the laws. So as you multiply laws, this is just hilarious, the logic. Anti-gunners just don't get it. I'm like, we'll make a law so that they can't do bad things. I'm like, no, they don't follow the laws. That's what makes them bad guys. It's like you put a sign out, gun-free zone, boom. Some wokey, drills that into the concrete right outside a doorway. I'm like, how's the bad guy gonna get through? They're willing to murder, but they're not willing to desecrate the orders of the sign. Can you imagine? Absolute idiocy. You're educated, you understand that the cities with the most gun laws have the worst gun violence in them. You understand that 96% of all active killer events happen in gun-free zones.